Good morning. It's just 7 a.m. here in Las Vegas. Literally just 7 as I hit the record button. And time to wake up and win. Monday, June 10th. Teddy covers from WagerTalk.com. Let's talk about where the money is flowing on Monday morning and why it's flowing in that direction. We're going to talk NBA, WNBA, MLB. And we're going to take a quick look at NFL for today because why? We have time. It's a light day on the betting card. That being said, let's get right into it. Let's take a look at the NBA. We have Game 3 virgin numbers posted for the Mavs and the Celtics. Right now, look at the WagerTalk live odds screen. DK opened Boston -1. Everyone else opened with Dallas as a favorite. We're not going to count Boston as the favorite, and we're not going to call it a big line move off the opener. I've seen that report a couple of times this morning. It's not true, okay? The line opened at most books 1.5, 2 here in Vegas. In the global community, one book opened with a bad number and they got pounded into shape. Number right now, 1.5, the prevailing number. There are a couple of 2s out there for Dallas. Worth noting, we talk about the 0-2 team coming home for Game 3 in an NBA playoff series. The first half always attracts attention. And again, full game here, Dallas -1.5. First half, Dallas -2. So that tells you the significance of the 0-2 team returning home for Game 3 and the importance the markets put, especially for the first half, on that 0-2 team responding well. So Dallas chalk for Game 3. Total open 212.5. There were some 213s out there. And basically that's what we're looking at right now. There are 212.5s. There are 213s in that ball game. Clients and I cashed with the under last night. Now 2-0 in the final 78% NBA playoff run. Series price. Well, and it was funny. I talked about the big adjustment from Boston between Game 1 and Game 2. This adjustment in my mind is a little bit small. We were looking at -400, -450 for the Celtics. Now they're up 2-0 in the series. The Mavs have to win 4 to 5. Against a team I don't think they could beat 4 times in 5 games. Nonetheless, -800 for the Celtics. We're not looking at 1,000 or 1,200 or -1,500. -800 for Boston. For Dallas, we're looking at +550, +600 as the prevailing number. If you think the Mavs can win 4 of the next 5, again, you'll get a better number just betting Dallas on the money line in every game. But if that's the way you choose to bet it, you can get +600 if you shop around right about now. NBA, we got it done. WNBA, well, I'm going to click on it right now. But first, I don't ask a lot. I really don't. I'm going to give you guys this every day. If you want to buy a play, visit my page, wt.buzz/TC. We got great deals. I'll talk about that in a minute. If you want to comment, I really appreciate the comments. I'll shout you guys out every week for sure. But all I ask, if you watch the show and you like it, just give me a quick like. That's it. Click. Done. Makes a huge difference for me. Makes a difference for WagerTalk. Thank you for your effort in that regard. Let's talk WNBA for today. We're seeing a little bit of money for the dog. Indiana, they were as high as... See, this is one, again, DK posts weird numbers. DK, they want to be first to market. They often post off-market numbers as a result. DK opened 8.5. Everyone else opened 11, 11.5, 12 for the Sun against the Fever. Right now, looking at the WagerTalk live odds screen, 10.5/11 for Connecticut. So there's been a little bit of money for the dog, but nothing significant. And the money that we've seen for the dog, we're seeing a little bit more right now. I saw an 11 at a leading indicator book here in Vegas. Just get wiped out, turning down to 10.5. A little bit of under money in WNBA action tonight as well. 160, 160.5, 161.5 at the opener. Now I'm seeing 159s out there. So money for the dog and money for the under in WNBA. All right, let's talk. Oh, let me give you guys a deal because there's a great deal going on today, right now at WagerTalk.com. There's always a deal going, but today, again, the staff, the customer service staff is amazing. They really are. And if there's a deal you're looking for, just contact customer service. Service at WagerTalk.com. 7 days, $77 all access, $11 a day. Look, a 3-day pass is normally $69. You get 4 more days for $8 more. 7 days, $77. Again, Nothing more to buy, no bait and switch. If you want to get on board, this week is all for me, NBA and MLB. Check it out right now on my page, wt.buzz/TC or WagerTalk.com. Again, 7 days, $77. All access, nothing more to buy. No bait and switch nonsense. All right, MLB, and the reason we wait till 7 a.m. and I hit the record button every morning right about 7 a.m., sometimes it's 6:59, sometimes it's 7:01, but you know what I'm saying. It's because that's when the markets really start to move in baseball. You start to see the lines starting to jump around. 7 a.m. here in Vegas is 10 a.m. on the East Coast. And what are we seeing so far today? The answer is not that much. It's a light day on the MLB card. Seen a little bit of Kansas City money. People don't like the spot here for the Yankees. Lugo's been pretty good for the Royals. And, of course, the Yankees coming off a huge series against the Dodgers in the Bronx playing Sunday night. A little bit of Royals money in that ballgame. A little bit of over money in that game as well. That opened 8.5 juice to the under. Now I'm seeing some 8.5 juice to the over. But little bit. We're not talking about big moves for this one. We're seeing some over money for the White Sox and the Mariners. That was 7. Now it's 7 juice to the over at most books. Not much doing on the side in that ball game. We've seen some Minnesota money against Colorado. The betting markets do not like the Colorado Rockies, and they're just not. I mean, in terms of bad teams, sometimes you see the bad teams get more market support than you think they will. The Rockies haven't been that team. None of the starting pitching attracts any wise guy money, it seems. The books are struggling to get any Rockies money. We're seeing Minnesota bet up as high as minus 240 now. The opener was as low as minus 195 for the Twins. So lots of money coming from the home favorite in that one. We're seeing a little bit of Milwaukee money, and again, little bit, nothing significant in that ball game. And that's basically all we're seeing on the WagerTalk live odds stream right now. Oh, there's a little bit of over money coming for Oakland and San Diego. The A's cashed over tickets yesterday. Rob Vino, my good friend Rob Vino, has one of the great lines. You can get to 3 runs by accident. It felt like both Oakland and Toronto got to 3 runs by accident. Yesterday, the game went over the total. We're seeing over money today for these. And again, nothing huge. 7 minus 20 or 7 minus a quarter. And Cease is not a guy who we usually see over money from either. So I think the markets are not a fan of Estes, the A's starting pitcher there. So I've given you talked about 7 day 77 access. I've asked you guys to give me a like. Let me talk NFL week 1. And look, I went through this. It was May 16th. I'm like, write these numbers down. These are the openers. I wrote them all down. Today's June 10th, so it's a little bit less. It's 3.5 weeks later. Let's talk about what's moved over the last 3 weeks. The answer is not that much. Little. Baltimore KC at the opener. All right. You can find a +3 with Baltimore right now. You couldn't find that a month ago. It's still a split line, 2.5, 3 in that ball game on the Thursday night. But if you like Baltimore, find a +3, lock in. I'm not convinced that number will be there. Green Bay, Philly, 48.5, 1 and 2. That number hasn't moved at all. Jacksonville, Miami. Sure, there were 4s out there. You could have taken 4 with Jacksonville. Now it's 3.5. Total, little bit of under money. There were 49.5. Now there are 48.5s out there. Little move. And that's all we're going to see this time of year. Week 1, NFL, Steelers, Falcons. This one, the key number got taken out. Atlanta was -3. Now it's Atlanta -2.5 against Pittsburgh. Total hasn't moved, 43 in that one. So that's a key number that's gone. Giants, Vikings. It was Giants 1, 41.5. Now it's more pick'ems, 41.5. Nothing doing with that one. A little bit of Minnesota money for week 1. Carolina, New Orleans, 40.5, 4.5/5.5 at the open. Now the line settled in right at 5. Right in the middle, 40.5 hasn't moved. Same thing with Cincinnati, New England. New England, there were 42.5s and 43s at the opener. I'll call it 42 right now. Total open, or the side open, Cincy 8.5/9. I'll call it 9 right now. New England's not going to take any money. I'm telling you, they're ranked 32nd in just about every preseason power rating that I've seen already. So if you want to start fading the Patriots earlier, sooner rather than later in that regard, this is not a team that's going to get market respect in August unless something weird happens. Tennessee and Chicago, nothing doing there. 4.5, 43.5 a month ago, 4.5, 43.5 now. Arizona and Buffalo, same story. A little bit of over. There were 47.5 as it was total. Those got taken out. Now it's 48/48.5 total. The side still sitting at 7. Again, that hasn't changed a whole lot. Houston, Indy. Houston's taking a little bit of money. It was anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 as road favorites for the Texans. Now it's 2/2.5. So the 1.5's got taken out. Total 48 in that one. Really hasn't moved. Chargers, Raiders hasn't moved at all. 3.5, 43.5. Bucks, Commanders hasn't moved at all. 4 and 41.5. Denver and Seattle. A little bit of, open. The total was 41.5/42.5. Now it's 42/42.5. So they took out the 41.5s. Sidewise, they were anywhere from 4.5 to 6. Now it's 4.5 to 5.5. Nothing doing there. And then, of course, the late game, Dallas. A little bit of money against Cleveland. They were 1. Now they're 1.5s out there. Total of 44. Detroit opened 3.5, 51 against the Rams. The 3s are now taken out, mostly 3.5s for the Lions as home favorites. And then also on Monday night, the Jets and the 49ers. The 45.5s got taken out total-wise. Most of the 45s as well. Total 44.5. Sidewise 5.5, 6. Nothing doing. So, again, we'll look at it probably once a month or so when we have a day where it's a light card. Next time, maybe we'll take a look at some college football when we have that time because, like I said, not that much doing in the NFL marketplace. But it's important to take a note. What sides and totals have attracted attention as we move forward into the summer months. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow right here on WagerTalk TV. Cheers.